Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Ultima VII Part 2, Serpent Isle. Alright, we are outside of the Ranger headquarters. Let's go ahead and explore some more of the town. Hi, doggy. Let's see, what do we have here? Ah, a store. Nothing in there. We've got some sleeping powder that we might want to pick up. We've got a book here. The Provisioner's Guide to Useful Equipment by Dell. While most suppliers will rave about the effectiveness of a good sword or specially fitted armor, I personally feel that proper exploring gear is much more necessary. Consider this, dear reader. While thou mightest happen to encounter wild bear in thy travels, or even less likely a troll, thou art doubtless going to be in need of much more mundane equipment. Wilt thou possibly be outside city walls when darkness comes? Then buy a torch! And how wilt thou carry thy provisions? A backpack will prove necessary. And what about containers for thy refreshment? Purchase a jug or bucket. As for what? As for what? Alright, fine. We don't care that much. Hello? Dang it! Get in the way of the... There we go. Move on! Stand away! Ah, it's so much fun. Alright, there looks like there's some bandages there. We'll have to yoink those at some point. Nothing in there. There's some apples in there. But we do have this guy that we need to worry about. Got a bandage there. And that's just a jar. And there isn't anyone else here. So let's see if we can talk to this silvery guy. I am the servant and protector here at the canton. If thou wishest to conduct any business, thou must speak to my master. If thou dost have any concern here, please, my lady, I must ask thee to please depart. Oh, if thou dost not have any concern here. You're a servant, you say? As I have said, I serve and protect my master's possessions from the many thieves who would take them. Alright, goodbye. Will you open the door? Well, that's one way to do it. Oh, that's right. I shall take them for now. I will leave these for now. Actually, let's go ahead and immediately turn them into bandages. Well, I can still get to the shears that way. Should probably turn Hack Mover back on. Of course, I could also get rid of some of the junk that we're carrying around, but who knows when they'll be necessary. Oh, dang it! He returned! How dare he? Well, he was off the screen, he didn't see us take it. Works for me. Alright, let's head in here. Oh, hey! This looks like a rather nice inn. Welcome back, milady. Is not this place marvelous, milady? There be so much to see. Everything is so fancy. I wish Edrin was here with me. I'd be certain he could show me around. I hope some of these powerful mages will help me find him. Let's ask you about the passage we took. Now that we are here in Moonshade, it seems that thou canst not find passage to go elsewhere. Not even Captain Hawk will brave those teleport storms again. What do you think about Hawk now? After that terrible crossing, Hawk swore he'd drink all of Moonshade dry. I doubt that thou wilt find him far from a mug of strong spirits. So how did you like going through the storm? I was frightened during that storm when Edrin disappeared, but it weren't nothing compared to that sea crossing in Hawk's ship. I'm not looking forward to sailing again, I can tell thee. Let's ask about Edrin again. I have not yet spoken with any of them mages. I'll admit that they frighten me. But I know that I have to do it sometime. They are my only hope of finding Edrin again. Alright, goodbye. And Captain Hawk turns off one of the light sources. Aye, matey.
A pleasure to see you again, Elmandretta. So what can I do for you, lass?
I'd like to leave the island.
Not on my ship, thou won't. 'Tis too dangerous to sail these waters in these storms. If thou dost want to travel elsewhere, why not speak to the mages? They know how to magic themselves for short distances, and I've heard it said that old Erstam the Mad Mage can travel anywhere he pleases.
Alright, goodbye. I guess we'll have to see about finding Edrin at some point. Hello?
I am the servant and protector of Roko. If thou dost not belong here, milady, I must ask thee to please depart. I cannot help thee with matters of importance. My duty is only to protect my master and my master's possessions.
Okay, hey, well, this woman looks interesting. This is the Blue Boar Inn, and I am the barmaid. My name is Petra. You're awfully silver. Did you fall into a vat of silver or something? Tell me about yourself. I serve Roko in whatever function I can. Barmaid, cook, whatever needs to be done. I have performed every job thou canst imagine here at the inn. Everything from painting the ceilings to keeping Mosh from stealing our fish. Can I bring thee something? Tell me about Mosh. They call her the Rat Woman, which is not a very kind description, but is a reasonably true woman, I'm sorry to say. There are others in town who can tell thee about her. She doth like fish. I will say that one thing for her. Tell me about the Blue Boar Inn. Isn't that the name of the one in Britannia?
The finest eating and drinking establishment in all Moonshade, run by the finest man in all Moonshade. Roko the innkeeper, a finer man thou shalt not find.
Tell me about Roko.
Thou mayest find Roko a bit gruff, but he doth have a good heart. After all, he alone hath stood between Tauricio and me. At great peril to himself, I might add.
Oh, well, tell me about Tauricio. Why are both of you in peril from him?
Thou canst not have failed to notice that I am an automaton. Tauricio is my maker. Curse his black heart. Tauricio is a man who feeds off the misery of others.
Oh.
He created me with the sole intent of having a captive to torment for the rest of his life. But I escaped and Roko took me in.
Tell me about being an automaton.
I am a magical construct, an animated body of metal. Yet I can think, I can reason, and I believe I can care for others. Whether this means that I have a soul locked away within the confines of mine hollow body, I do not know. All I do know is that I am much more complex than the automatons Tauricio normally makes for the other mages.
Having an inkling. Let's explore this a bit more. Let's ask about the peril.
Oh, milady, thou canst not know what danger there is in thwarting the will of a mage. Roko could be killed easily, and spells are untraceable. Or he could be spirited away to hideous torture. No one would be the wiser. So I look after him as best I can, even as he doth care for me. It also helps that everyone believes the tale we have spread.
Tell me about this tale.
Roko hath led everyone to believe that he and Tauricio reached an agreement to have me work here to advertise Tauricio's skill. In truth, my cooking ability doth do Tauricio no small credit, and I dare say that it wins him many customers as well. But he is still a willful, vicious man who doth not take it kindly when he feels cheated. And I fear his vengeance for both myself and Roko.
Tell me about having a soul.
If thou dost love, if thou hast compassion for others, if thou dost feel the injustice of the world, art thou not said to possess a soul?
Yes, and you're well along your way to the virtues, Lord British's virtues. Ah! No.
If I have all of these things, can I not say that I too have a soul? In this I am unique, for none of the other automatons claim to feel emotions as I do, but I do not know why I should be different.
Tell me about the other mages.
Most mages do not wish to be disturbed by the presence of other living beings. Therefore they come to Tauricio to provide them with servants and guards of undemanding metal. However, the magic did not originate with Tauricio. He is merely the latest master of the ancient spells which he did find in certain buried ruins. It is said that automatons served those who dwelt in this land anciently. Even with all his magic, Tauricio cannot construct new automatons. He can merely reanimate those broken automatons which are discovered in the ruins. What better servants to have? Automatons can exist for centuries without any maintenance at all. They ask nothing, they expect nothing. They do what task is assigned to them until their magic at last fails, and then they simply stop. Well, let's change the subject then. Oh, of course, I did not mean to bore thee. No, you didn't. We just exhausted all the topics that were in that branch. Alright, so we could ask for food, drink, or room, or buy. Well, I'm sure we'll be talking to you later, Petra. I'm kind of suspecting that she is... Oh, hey, this is open. One of the Ancient Order champions, and... Nope. And she's essentially just forgotten her memory. Oh, come on. How many lockpicks am I down to now? 67. Okay, well, I have plenty. Oh, I miss my lion key of awesomeness. Seriously? Alright, well that's not working. I guess we can't do anything with that right now. Let's see. You are new. We have not talked to you yet. Welcome to the Blue Boar Inn. I am the innkeeper. My name is Rocco. 'Tis good to have more visitors again. We had despaired, what with the storms and all. Well, tell me about the Blue Boar. Interesting name, is it not? Yeah, it's kind of familiar.
That sounds just like the one in Britannia.
Anything is possible, I suppose. I inherited this inn from my parents, and they from theirs. 'Tis an old name, perhaps from the time of the crossing. Tell me about visitors. Of course, there's not much business now due to the terrible storms, but in better times our rooms are always full. Wert thou interested in anyone in particular? Yes, the Sage Batlin. Such a one did come through here, perhaps 2 months ago. 'Twas 3 months ago, Rocco. Yes, she's right. It was 3 months ago. There was some sort of a scandal, as I recall. It is said that this Batlin stole an ancient artifact of some kind. He fled by ship. Perhaps Captain Hawk could tell thee more. And tell me about the scholar Gwenno. Thou dost know her. She and I are the closest of friends. She stayed here for many weeks.
Just how well dost thou know Gwenno?
I swear I'm innocent. We were only friends, my lady. You're a lady now, Iolo, apparently. Where did she go? When she had studied all of the materials which were available here, she determined to go to the Isle of Monks to read the scrolls kept there. Why was she here? The good lady said that it was her task to study all of the cultures and beliefs that were in the Serpent Isles. She was planning to write a report. She said that her discoveries would startle her countrymen. How long ago was this again? It hath been a long time since we last saw Gwenno. Many months. 8 months, dear Rocco. Tell me about the Isle of Monks. The Zenkin monks live north of here on a forested island. They tend to keep to themselves, studying the prophecies of long-dead mystics. But thou canst not go there, for there is no sailor crazy enough to make the journey. The magical storms have destroyed every boat on this coast, save Hawk's, and he won't sail. Alright, let's change the subject. I'm sorry I was not more helpful. No, it was actually quite helpful. Crossing. It hath been a long time since I heard the tale in full. Let me see if I remember it at all. For the most part, it had something to do with a usurper king and the mages. But for my folk, it was simply for money, I think. A usurper king? Back in the old lands, a domineering man named Bratish or Brutish or some such usurped the throne. His rule was hard and unjust, so many people fled across the seas to this land.
It sounds like he is talking about Lord British. He is definitely brutish and bratish and unjust. Yes, certainly.
Tell me about the mages. As well as I can remember, most of the people that fled from the usurper were mages. I don't think that many of them are still alive, but thou canst never tell. Perhaps the mad mage is that old, but who knows? Certainly not the current mage lord. Tell me about money. Aye, plain money. The folks that came over here were lesser sons and daughters who could never hope to inherit anything.
They came hoping to start their own businesses, like the Blue Boar. 'Twas named in honor of my great-great-grandsire's inn.
Tell me about the old lands.
Let me think a moment. I am terrible with names like this. Ah, I have it! The old lands were known as Cesaria.
Tell me about this land.
Well, when the people arrived here, they thought to name the land after their old home. One moment. New Cesaria. But then they found the ruins scattered here and there with all those snakes pictured on them. So most folks call this the Serpent Isle, though some still refer to it by its proper name, New Cesaria.
Tell me about the Mad Mage.
The Mad Mage is a crazy old man that lives on an island not far from here. Thinks he can create life. From what I hear, he once lived here in Moonshade. Was a teacher or something till he went mad.
Tell me about the Mage Lord.
Vilpercio is the most recent Mage Lord, milady. He is a man of curious passions. Not that thou wouldst expect from most mages.
Tell me about these passions.
I'll simply say that I'm mighty glad that my Petra is metal. That alone may keep her safe from his wandering eye.
You keep thinking that, buddy. Ruins.
Well, the ruins are on the mainland anyway. I saw the ones around Monitor when I was just a lad. There's nothing special about them, merely piles of old stone from settlers way before the new Caesarians.
Tell me about snakes.
Either this place had far more snakes when those people lived here, or they worshipped them, or something. There are snakes carved all over those ruins. I don't even think that the mages know what they mean.
Alright, I'll say goodbye.
Pardon, milady, I bring thee greetings from my mistress, the sorceress Rodolencia. This scroll is from her.
Tell me about Rodolencia.
My mistress commands many powerful and strange magics, and sits upon the council of mages. She is terrible to her enemies, but tolerant to those who aid her.
Tell me about the scroll.
'Tis not an ordinary scroll, but one of the magical variety. I assure thee that it is entirely free of harmful magic.
Tell me about being a servant.
The mages of Moonshade are quite powerful, and have found the way to acquire servants such as myself. My mistress says that automatons are more trustworthy, since we can neither be corrupted nor tortured.
Okay, goodbye. That's Flindo. I don't need to talk to him. That's Petra. What do we have here? Anything in there? Oh, a couple books. Recipe book by Petra. Hey, more recipes! Zerfall will appreciate these. Apple Whey. 2 apples peeled and sliced, 1 cup sugar, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, 2 tablespoons of butter, 1 teaspoon cinnamon, 1 double pie crust. Place the apples, sugar, cornstarch, and cinnamon into a large bowl and combine them. Put the mixture into the bottom pie crust with the butter. Put on top pie crust and cut slits for steam to escape. Bake in 350-degree oven for about 45 minutes. Wow, that's the only recipe she has. Oh, no, she has 2 recipe books with different recipes in them. Sweet muffins, 3/4 cup milk, 1/2 cup sugar, 2 teaspoons salt, 1/2 cup butter, 1/2 cup warm water, 5 ounces of yeast, 1 egg, 4 cups unsifted flour. Scald milk, stir in sugar, salt, and butter, cool to lukewarm. Measure warm water into a large warm bowl. Add yeast and stir until dissolved. Stir in lukewarm milk mixture, egg, and half of the flour, and beat until smooth. Stir in remaining flour to make a stiff batter. Cover the bowl tightly with waxed paper. They have waxed paper? Refrigerate the dough at least 2 hours. Divide dough into 2 halves and roll each piece into a 9 by 14 inch rectangle. Brush lightly with melted butter. Butter. Filling. Sprinkle the rectangle with a mixture of 3/4 cup sugar, 1 teaspoon cinnamon, and 1/3 cup raisins and pecans. Roll the rectangle so that they are 9 inches long, like a jelly roll. Make sure the edges are firmly sealed. Cut each roll into 9 equal pieces and place them into a greased pan. Leave enough room for the pieces to expand. Cover the pan and let the dough rise in a warm place until the rolls have doubled in size. Bake at a moderate temperature, 350 degrees Fahrenheit, for about 30 minutes. Frosting. Frost with a mixture of confectioner's sugar, 1 1/2 cup, and 5 teaspoons of milk. Except for the nuts, that sounds pretty good. Anything in there? Just some ice wine.
Okay, there's no one else. Well, we could try talking to the parrot again. Cracker! Walla Walla! Fort Walla Walla! See nor hear, see nor hear. Alright, I think that's enough there. Let's head up this way a little bit. Got some junk. Ooh, lockpicks. Don't mind if I do. Take those. Lockpicks are always useful. We'll read the scroll in a little bit. It might trigger something. Ooh. Got some bolts. We got a plumed helm. Nothing. Nothing. And a bit of cloth. Hey, alright. Let's go ahead and grab the... Oh! Whoa! It was trapped! Oh well, it's okay. Let's see, what is it? Where does this road go to? Ah, more houses. Is there nothing in here? There is nothing in here. Disappointing! They need to pay their taxes. Their avatar taxes. It's just a candle, some steel boots and a kidney belt. Nothing else. You've got some coins. I'll leave you with the coins. Hello.
So what are thou looking at, eh?
Name?
What's it to you? Some call me the Rat Woman, but I'll have you know that my rightful name is Mosh.
Rat Woman?
Snigger not at me. I have company enough. More guests in mine house than thou couldst have in thine. I was a powerful enchantress in my prime, before I was cheated of my powers.
Tell me about your name, Mosh.
Aye, Mosh. Would that thou wert to believe me, I could tell thee a story. 'Tis done, though not forgotten. I will not talk of it now.
Company. You're talking about rats, aren't you?
The rats are my friends. Dost thou not like my companions?
Sure.
Good. Then with time perhaps we could learn to like thee.
Tell me about your house.
'Tis not a bad place to live.
The sewers are not bad. Art thou daft?
Scowl not at Mosh. Thou knowest nothing of what thou sayest. Each one of us makes of life what we can, whether by fate or the treachery of others. Dost thou see me judging ye?
I don't know. You haven't said anything one way or the other. You were an enchantress once, you said?
I was once a beautiful young woman, and not so many years ago as thou mightest believe. There was a young mage who wanted mine hand. Trulachi, whose ill-fated son now languishes in the depths of the mountains of freedom. But another stole Trulachi's heart from me, and I shall never forgive her for that.
Who was that? Trulachi?
Where hath he gone? Ah, I know not, nor, for that matter, do I care.
Ah, but I can see that thou dost still care, madame.
Rubbish! 'Tis long gone, and I am an old woman now.
Tell me about magic.
My spells are not for sale, not to the like such as thyself. But assume not that all my powers have left me, for some still remain. I have no need for others when I can create mine own friends. See for thyself.
Oh, hey, rats. Great. Hey, wake up. Thank you.
Why dost thou not leave me alone?
Damn it. Alright, rat woman. Cheated of your powers?
I will not speak of that now, but suffice it to say that she who looks like me deep inside hath taken from me all that should be mine.
Huh. Company. Sure, why not? House. Enchantress. Another?
Thou shouldst speak to she who hath done me wrong, the sorceress Columna, whom they sometimes call the Green Sorceress.
Excuse me.
Listen to what she says.
The Green Sorceress, you say?
The rumors say that her name stems from her attire, but I know the truth. 'Tis the very envy she doth have for me that hath spawned her title.
Oh, okay. And there you go. Have another friendly rat. Alright, we've been here. Let's see. Well, there's a place over here that we might be able to go to. Ah. This place looks lovely. I see a key right here. Ha, no one got mad. It's locked. There we go. Get around the door. And suddenly it becomes dark. What do you have in here? You've got a scroll of restoration. Ooh, I like that. Dang it! Get out of here. What the hell? Got a magic orb there. Is that a lever there? That is a lever there. Anything in that corpse? Anything in that corpse? Nope. Oh, is this a magic 8-ball? The magic orb reads... Answer hazy. Thou shouldst ask again later. Oh, it's a magic 8-ball. Yeah, some more shears there if we wanted them. You're trying to sleep, huh? Well, too bad. I want to talk to you.
Ho, mage, what dost thou wish? Hello there, I am Mortegro, the necromage of Moonshade.
Dude, you need to wash your hair. It's like all frizzy and stuff. Use some conditioner or something. Tell me about Moonshade.
It is a city of mages, run by mages, and that is the way we mages like it. We are even governed by our own council of mages, chaired by Filbercio.
How did I pronounce that earlier? Filbercio. Whatever.
Gustachio and Rodaluncia.
Tell me about being the necromage.
Yes, that is a special sort of mage who specializes in magics that deal with dead things, as well as with the spirits of the dead themselves.
Well, I don't have a spellbook yet, so we'll deal with learning spells later. Tell me about Filbercio.
He is the supreme mage lord of the city of Moonshade.
Tell me about Gustachio.
Gustachio and I are engaged in studies of the strange teleport storms that have been afflicting our land.
Tell me about Rodaluncia.
She is a powerful mage. Her only real weakness is that she is most unpleasant when she is thwarted in her desires.
Tell me about dead things.
Actually, that is rather unpleasant work. A bit discourteous to talk about it in mixed company, if thou dost know what I mean.
Are you saying when there are living people around? Or are you talking about women? Should have you know that I have killed many undead. Spirits of the dead?
Yes, as a necromage I can commune with the spirits of the dead. I learn the secrets of the dead as well as the occasional portent of the future, but these seances are unpredictable in their results.
Is that why you use a magic 8-ball? And seances, I know all about that. I had to use that back in Scar Bray.
I must first prepare the proper materials. Thou shouldst come to my manor after midnight, and we shall then conjure specters.
Warren? Oh. What did you do to Warren? Alright, well, I see an invisibility potion that we will get later. Let's see. This building I don't think we can do much with right now, so we'll leave it alone. Anything up with these rocks? Nope. Just a pile of rocks. Ooh. We've got a automaton baking and an automaton being a blacksmith.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Topo the Artisan, apprentice to Master Ducio. I am a lucky man to serve such a talented craftsman. He's a good boy.
Tell me about Artisan.
I have worked with Master Ducio for several years now. Soon I'll be able to open a shop of mine own. Topo's Treasures, I'll call it. Thou art an apprentice boy. Thou dost not work with me. Thou dost work for me, understand?
Yes, master.
I work with the pottery. The automatons have trouble handling the slip.
They give you the slip?
They generally crush a piece before 'tis fully formed and ready to fire. After firing, they are fine, but before, that is where I work.
Tell me about Ducio.
Ducio is my master. He produces the finest goods in all the city. His pottery is famed throughout the other islands as well.
Enough bragging. Humility. Thou must learn humility.
That's one of the Lord British's virtues, you know. Tell me about the automatons.
My master is one of the wealthiest mundanes in Moonshade. There is no comparison to the mages, of course. We have 3 automatons, one for sewing, one for blacksmith work, and one for baking.
Mundanes?
That is the title that mages give those who cannot cast spells, milady. They assume that there is little to note of a person's life if it is not spent in pursuit of magic and pomposity. Yet they will never know the thrill of having a fine pot shape itself under their hand from a formless piece of mud.
Mud? Mud? Back to work. Thou must lack for things to do.
Yes, master. I mean, no, master.
Tell me about the mages.
That is where the true money lies in Moonshade, milady. But if thou dost not possess magic, thou must work for a living. The only thing a lowly mundane can hope for is to be able to afford an automaton from Tauricio to help with the workload.
Tell me about Tauricio.
Tauricio is the adept that makes the automatons. No one knows how he does it.
Art thou a mage, Topo?
No, master, I am a mundane apprentice.
And thou dost not know what a mage may or may not know?
Yes, master. Though most of the automatons Tauricio makes are strictly utilitarian, he is capable of making far more sophisticated models. Thou hast only to look at Petra.
Tell me about him being an adept.
Those who are blessed with magical ability are not all equal, milady. Some, like Andrio, are novices who still have yet to learn their craft. And some, like Stefano, have little power to command even after they learn.
Let's go back to asking about pottery before we talk about them.
Slip is the wet clay that is formed into cups or plates or jugs, almost anything. If thou hast a patient enough hand, thou canst create a world of goods from mere clay.
And firing?
Firing is where a piece of shaped clay is turned into the ceramic utensils thou art familiar with. By heating the clay to a great temperature, the water dries from the piece and it becomes tough and resilient. But if the piece is heated or cooled too quickly, it becomes brittle and fragile. 'Tis a very exacting task.
Who made thee a teacher, apprentice? Back to work.
Yes, master.
And he still talks to us. Good. I'm glad. I hate it when they break off the conversation tree. Tell me about Andrio.
Andrio is my friend, which is surprising since he is also a novice mage. Perhaps the outrageous arrogance hath not developed in him yet.
Enough talk. Back to work.
Yes, master.
Tell me about Stefano.
Thou wouldst like Stefano, I'm certain. Although he can cast a spell or two, he is not very good at it. So he makes his living by stealing things from one mage for another. 'Tis actually very amusing. He shuns his magic, and those who would look down on him must deal with him to acquire things they want. Perhaps there is some justice in the world after all.
How many times have I told thee to stay away from that thief, boy? Dost thou think stealing is funny?
No, master.
I should hope not, or I'd break thine head for thee.
Yes, master.
Well, we could sell gems.
Ah, thou dost wish to sell me gems? But of course I will buy all that thou dost have. Master Ducio has a constant need for gems in his most important works. I will buy gems from thee for 100 guilders each. How many gems wouldst thou like to sell?
How many do I have? I've got 10. Let's not sell any right now.
Perhaps another time, then.
We could buy stuff.
Oh, we sell all manner of things. Cloaks, swords.
Shovels, too.
Yes, master. Shovels, too. Pitchers and other containers. Cloth and a few weapons. We also sell baked goods. So, my lady, what dost thou wish to buy?
Cloak, sword, shovel, torch, pick, bucket. That's not a lockpick, unfortunately. Bucket, pitcher. I made that mistake already. Lamp, cloth, bread, rolls, and cake. Ooh, we could buy cloth. Nothing.
Perhaps another time, my lady.
All right, goodbye. All right. So we found some more mundanes. We've talked to an actual mage already, which is I'm kind of surprised that he actually talked to us. But I think that we will talk to Master Ducio here in the next episode. See you then, everyone.